After discussing the elements of group 15, 16, 17 and their general properties, the next we have to see that is group 18 elements. Group 18 elements, which are also called as noble elements or inert elements, are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Okay, now till now we know this radon, whereas a newly introduced element is oganesson. Okay, now oganesson element, you might be hearing it for the first time, is your 118th element. That is the last element of group 18. Oganesson is not present in the atmosphere because it has been synthesized in the laboratory. It was synthesized by the collision of two atoms over each other, and with that the oganesson was being synthesized in the laboratory. Most of its properties are not yet explored because it has been synthesized in a recent years. So we will be dealing with the properties only of the elements till radon and not of oganesson. But yes, oganesson is one of the element of group 18 which we should be aware of, which is synthesized in the laboratory. Okay, now the elements of group 18, because they have the stable electronic configuration, they form very few compounds with any other elements, means they are chemically unreactive, and that is the reason we call them as noble or we call them as inert. All these elements by nature are in the form of gas, and that is why we also call them as noble gases. Okay, now in this, all the elements, among them the radon and oganesson, they both are radioactive in nature. As they belong to group 18, they have 8 electrons in the outermost shell with a general configuration as Ns2Np6. In this we have exception helium, whose configuration is simply 1s2 because of its atomic number 2, whereas the remaining elements, the configuration, the atomic number goes on increasing with 1 compared to that of group 17. So definitely 1 electron in p orbital will go on increasing. So we have helium 2s2 2p6, neon 3s2 3p6, argon 3d10 4s2 4p6, krypton 4d10 5s2 5p6. For radon it will be xenon 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p6, and for oganesson it will be radon 5f14 6d10 7s2 7p6. So if we sum up all this, it will count to be 118. That is our last element as of now in your periodic table. Now after introducing the elements of group 18, the next thing comes is their atomic mass and atomic size. Again, as the atomic number increases, its atomic mass as well as its atomic size goes on increasing down the group. As atomic size goes on increasing, its ionization enthalpy goes on decreasing. Now in this, there can be one question is, across the period, the ionization enthalpy when we compare of noble elements is the highest in that respective period. Give reason. So for this, the reason will be their stable electronic configuration, because their electronic configuration is stable and their electronegativity is 0. Now why their electronegativity will be 0? Again, the reason is stable electronic configuration. So they do not require any electron from anyone, so there is no attraction at all. And what these two reasons, their ionization enthalpy is greatest or highest in its respective period. Okay, now other than these 2 points, the next property which we are going to talk in our group 18 element is electron gain enthalpy. Now what is electron gain enthalpy? Firstly, electron gain enthalpy is the amount of energy released when an electron is added to its neutral gaseous atom. This is what electron gain enthalpy is. Now generally, electron gain enthalpy is an exothermic process as it is energy released. So for elements of group 1 to group 17, the electron gain enthalpy is a negative value, whereas for helium or for group 18 elements, its electron gain enthalpy is a positive value. Again, for this, the reason is there is stable electronic configuration. As they have stable electronic configuration, they have no tendency to accept the electron, and therefore their electron gain enthalpy is a very large positive value. Okay. Now the trend, if you compare in this, then from helium to neon it goes on increasing, whereas from neon to ogasen it goes on decreasing, or from neon to radon it goes on decreasing. Okay, so this irregularity is again because of the size or the number of electrons entering into orbitals. When we are talking about neon, the electron enters into second shell, whereas in argon the electron enters into third shell. Second shell's capacity is of only 8 electrons, whereas third shell capacity is of 18 electrons. So if we compare the electron-electron repulsion, so in case of argon it will be less compared to that of neon. Okay, and that is why from helium to neon it increases and further it decreases, because further with the increase in number of shell, the number of electrons bearing capacity by every shell also goes on increasing. Okay, and that is why the irregularity in electron gain enthalpy is observed. Okay, now after that the next point comes in is about their atomicity. So they all are monoatomic in nature, means they all have one atom which contributes to one molecule. Then the next thing comes is about their melting point and boiling point. Now melting point and boiling point, if we compare of noble elements with compared to the other elements, it is very weak. Why it is very weak? Because in this the noble elements are bind with each other with the help of very weakest forces of attraction, that is dispersion forces. Okay, we know this dispersion forces are also called as London forces. So because of this weak forces of interaction present, their melting point and boiling point is very less when we compare with the elements of other group. Okay, other than that, a very important point we need to know is about helium. Helium has the lowest boiling point of any known substance. That boiling point is 4.2 Kelvin. Yes, you heard it right. It is very small boiling point, that is 4.2 Kelvin. It has an unusual property of diffusing through most commonly used laboratory materials such as rubber, glass or plastic. Means it can go through that, diffuse through this very well, and that is why the properties or the reactions to do with the help of helium is not that very easy, because whatever materials we use in our laboratory, those are either made up of glass, those are either made up of plastic, or they are made up of rubber, and helium can diffuse through any of these three, and that is why the properties of helium are not been explored very much. Okay, so these are the elements of group 18. So till now we have discussed the elements of group 15, 16, 17, 18. We wrote down their electronic configuration, we saw their general properties with their trends, and wherever we have seen the exceptions, we have explained the reasons for why the exceptions exist. After doing the elements of group 15, 16, 17, 18, their properties, the next concept we have to see is their oxidation state, which is also written as OS. Now oxidation state concept we have done in our redox reaction. If you remember, we have assigned some rules so as to find out the oxidation number of some of the elements. Now oxidation state for any given element, if we remember, then it is very easy so as to write down their formulas. Okay, so that is why we have to see its oxidation states. Now for oxidation state, firstly, what is mean by oxidation state? It is nothing but a charge which is possessed by that given atom when it combines with any given atom so as to form a respective compound or an ion. So it depends totally upon their electronic configuration and their nature. Okay, so first one we will be seeing is the oxidation state of group 15 elements. Group 15 configuration as NH2NP3, means they have 5 valence electrons in the outermost shell. So as to form the octet, the possibility is either it can donate 5 electrons together or it can donate 3 electrons. If it donates all the 5 electrons together, it will show +5 oxidation state. If it donates only 3 electrons, then it will show +3 oxidation state. and other than donating, if it gains 3 electron so as to complete its octet, then it will show -3 oxidation state. So the common oxidation state of the elements of group 15 is -3, +3 and +5. Now let us compare them with each other. So the tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases down the group. Why it decreases down the group? Because down the group there happens to be an increase in its size and also increase in its metallic character. Okay, so increase in its size and metallic character increases. So as metallic character increases, the chances to donate will increase and not to gain, and that is why -3 oxidation state stability down the group goes on increasing. In fact, last member of the group, that is bismuth, hardly forms any compound in -3 oxidation state. Okay, so that is first part about -3. Now between +3 and +5, if we compare, then the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group, whereas the stability of +3 oxidation state increases down the group. Why so? This is due to inert pair effect. What is inert pair effect? Inert pair effect is the inertness of the s electrons to involve itself in chemical bond formation. As these s electrons are paired, so they are self-satisfied, they do not involve themselves into pair formation or covalent bond formation or ionic bond formation, and that is why the electronic configuration being NH2 NP3, only these 3 electrons can be easily donated. So +3 oxidation state stability goes on increasing, whereas +5 oxidation state stability goes on decreasing. This question can come for give reason. That time only inert pair effect if you write down, you will not get marks because you have to explain what is inert pair effect. Okay, then other than these 3 common oxidation states, +5 oxidation state is also shown by nitrogen. Then other than that, it also shows +1, +2 and +4 oxidation state. This is when they react with oxygen. Okay, so when they react with oxygen, they form various oxides of nitrogen, and that is why it shows +1, +2, +4 oxidation state. Now in this, remember, nitrogen does not show +5 oxidation state when they combine with halogens. Okay, on combination with halogens, nitrogens cannot show +5 oxidation state because nitrogen do not have d orbitals. D orbital, why it does not have? Because nitrogen has only 2 shells and second shell has only s and p orbital. So due to absence of d orbital, it could not accommodate electron from other elements to form the bonds, and that is why nitrogen could not show us +5 oxidation states. Other than nitrogen, phosphorus also shows us some uncommon oxidation states, that is +1 and +4. This is when they combine to give us oxoacids. Okay, so other than the common oxidation states as -3, +3, +5, nitrogen shows us +1, +2, +4, and phosphorus shows us +1 and +4 oxidation states as well.